Sip Sagai, Sip Tina, Sip Anand Kiko, Sip Anil, Sip Bliko, Sip Atmatray, Sip Chidanand. Hope you're well. Sip Yogini, Sip Ru Mataji, Sip uh, Rutanu, Sip Kishan, Sip Eru, Sip Premchandji, Sip Komal, Sip Karan, Sip Vinita. Today, our subject of discussion is the administrators putting up the subject. Is there any harm in believing in mythology? We are in this spiritual podcast of Zoom. I keep saying the word podcast because I had a podcast today with Anupam Kher. And is there any harm in believing in mythology? Who would like to? You are right now, the picture shows you that you are celebrating Diwali and Lord Rama. He killed Ravana, who had 10 heads. And then what happened to then? And then Hanuman flew with the Jari Booty with that mountain. What's the mountain called? You all are experts. So is there any harm? Is there anything wrong in believing in this mythology? I'm waiting. कोई भी नहीं बोल रहा है. कोई नहीं बोल रहा है. मतलब you are completely in doubt today. You don't want to take a chance कि राम जी नाराज हो जाएंगे अगर मैं कुछ बोला. And you don't want to say something which will be against what we have learned in this call. Bliko and Bliss, both the people are not Indians, both are Canadians. Both the speakers are from Canada. Nobody from India wants to speak. So, Bliko, yes, Bliko.
Yeah, Sivam, everybody. So I will try. Because this mythology, as long as you believe it to be true and you get carried away, that's a problem. Only that point is only problem. Otherwise, with this mythology, if we learn some lesson and we improve our life, like we can conquer over our enemies like Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moh, Madh. If we are learning and we are improving, then this mythology is very useful.
Is there harm? Any harm? No harm, no?
There is no harm as long as you learn something from it. No
what
harm
you will learn?
In celebrating.
What you learn from mythology?
Mythology, there are many, like this Ravana, the Dasera, where the Ravana is killed by Ram, right? That is a victory over evils.
So today we have a very, abhi mujhe samajh mein aa gaya ki today we are having a very meaningful discussion. Because for 40 years, I was always thinking, why my dearest darling Lord Shiva got gussa and why he cut the head of Ganesha, his son, and then why he cut elephant and put elephant in the head of Ganesha. And whole world is praying to Ganapati Bappa Moria, Agle Baras tu Jaldi aa. So there is an issue we need to address today. Because, for example, I was speaking today to a biggest drama personality. The world doesn't really have clarity on the meaning of enlightenment. आप लोग lucky है, or I should say हम लोग lucky है. We are on this call today. I was blessed to meet Samatma and Gandhi, Mrs. Gandhi, Dr. Gandhi. So they came to meet me all the way in Mumbai. Samatma is on this call from 3 years. From 3 years, she's on this call every day. And it needs a lot of commitment. And there's no need to be on this call. But she thinks there is value. She thinks there is meaning. There is purpose. And everything I try to guide you has got some logic. So today also we will try to get some logic. Bliss, what do you understand, Bliss, by this harm? Thank you, Bliko. Any harm in believing in mythology? What do you understand?
Hi, Shwam, dear Shwam, everyone. I don't think so. Believe in mythology is lead somewhere, but it can give you some information because how the chariot of Hanjan I don't know how with the five horses and everything they was talking about the census.
Religion. Which religion you believe in?
I don't believe in religion.
When you were not born in some religion.
Yes, I'm Catholic.
Ah, say Catholic. Then no, you are Catholic. Okay,
Yeah,
in Catholic, they say that Jesus you put under the ground, and Jesus was resurrected, and
it's
Jesus.
it's only way to do something else really exists. And this thing is not really what they say, it's only an image, a picture.
So
Uh,
therefore, see, when we say I don't know whether this Jesus life is be called mythology or not, because maybe it's not mythology, maybe it is a real thing, and we don't know how it happened. It's a miracle,
yeah.
not a mythology, maybe. Okay, but I'm saying we believe in so many gods and goddesses, and we believe that the angels that had beautiful wings, and the angel fly to God, and then God gives them the tablets, and the tablet, not like this tablet, not this iPhone, iPad tablet. God gave stone tablets.
But when we understand what is spirituality, you are really a step under how this myth and
So, question: Is
believe
there
is
any?
on this myth, it's not lead anywhere.
So the question: Is there any
Yeah.
harm? Any harm in believing in mythology, or it's okay?
I think if you pursue mythology, you can lead somewhere and understand very la spirituality. You have
Let's
to really stay in the road on spirituality because if you believe in this, believe in that, it's become really mixed and it can not be really clear in the
good.
head.
Thank you. I understand you. Thank you. Thank you, my dear Bliss. रेखा परवानी, रू तनु, रू माता जी, अशोक निशानी, अभी इतने लोग बोलने शुरू हो गए. हाँ, डॉक्टर कृष्ण बाला. चलो, रेखा परवानी.
Shivu Amer,
Shoham.
mythology means myth.
Hmm.
So if we start believing in this myth, then we'll never realize the truth. And people are lost in mythology, like they have 100 beliefs, like 100 gods, as you said.
Hmm.
So they are fighting and amongst each other and religion. So they are lost in that. So I feel mythology is not, it is harmful
Okay, good.
because
Good answer.
it will
Good,
take you away
specific.
from the
Good answer.
reality.
Right or not, I don't know. But good answer. Whether it's right or not, we will come to find out in the end. Thank you, Rekha, for your clear. I like clear answers. Clear
Thank you,
answers.
Air.
Ruth, thank you. Ruth Anu, Ru Mataji. Mother and daughter and mother. Daughter. Mhm.
Shivoham Guruji.
Yo,
Guruji, as if we take it as moral science stories like children read, it's okay. But our faith should not change with seasons and festivals and stories associated with it. If we know that SIP is one, it is okay.
for this mythology, is there any harm in believing in mythology?
There is no harm if we take it as moral science stories. It's a win of good over bad. We should do good karma.
But is that the real? Is that
But
what
we
it
should
really
not go
is?
deep into it. But we should not go deep into it like Ravan is flying, Jatayu is coming and hitting Ravan and all that. We should not believe.
But that is what we are believing and not believing. Either we believe or we don't believe. We have to make up our mind.
Yeah, I mean, we should not go deep into it.
Okay.
It is okay as a story.
So Ruth Anu is taking what is called the balancing answer. So balancing answer is we can believe, but we should not go deep in the belief. So we should not be deep. रूमाता जी आप बोलो, आपकी बेटी क्या बोल रही है, आप क्या आपको क्या कहना है रूमाता जी? रूमाता जी, रूमाता जी अनम्यूट प्लीज, unmute. Otherwise, Ashok Nichani, please start till Rumata ji starts. Ashok Nichani, I don't know why Rumata ji is not starting. You please start. And Rumata ji, come back, please. Huh?
Shivam Sarji.
Sir.
Sarji, I think there's no harm
No.
believing.
क्या होगा?
Because these are stories of years and years long back, which no one has seen with their own eyes or something. We have learned. So some of them must be true and some must be false.
So which is true? Rama killed Ravana, 10-headed Ravana. True or false?
Sarji, these stories, there must be something true in it with some added by the writer, changing it, assuming.
And Hanuman carried the mountain, the Sanjeevani Bhuti.
No one has seen, Sarji. There's no proof.
So should you believe or not believe? That's the question. Is there any harm?
No harm,
No harm.
Sarji.
Ashok is saying, pav bhaji खाने में क्या होगा? No harm.
If you
Poison
believe,
नहीं है ना?
we are
Poison
learning,
नहीं.
Sarji, we are learning something better, no, Sarji.
Instead of rather than watching some dirty things and bad things, at least this mythology is at least teaching you only myth.
Yes, Sarji. Even they are showing the bad characters, but we are learning from that. What is a bad character and what is a good character?
Okay. Ashok Nichani, thank you. Rumata ji, आप आ गए Rumata ji? Thank you. Rumata ji का unmute हुआ? Otherwise, Dr. Krishan. रूमाता जी का कुछ माइथोलॉजी है आपके सिस्टम में, कुछ माइथोलॉजी?
प्रणाम गुरुजी, प्रणाम गुरुजी। पता नहीं क्या हो गया था।
हाँ पता नहीं
गुरुजी, आई फील this is hindrance on the way of enlightenment.
अरे वाह, क्यों रूमाता जी?
Because Guruji, we have learned from you only that we are soul and it is energy. Then we see them, all these stories, they are in contrast to what we believe. So I think it is a great hindrance, not only hindrance, great hindrance.
अरे रूमाता जी ने तो मतलब बाउंसर बोल कर दिया, सबको उल्टा कर दिया रूमाता जी। रूमाता जी बोला ना, it's not harm, it is a major hindrance in enlightenment.
Yes, Guruji, because we start believing in them, and then we get lost in them.
रूमाता जी, आप ना कभी-कभी ऐसा आंसर देते हैं सबको, मतलब सबको क्लीन बोल्ड कर देते हैं। Let's see what Dr. Krishan has to say. Dr. Krishan, आप किस तरफ है? India, Pakistan, किस तरफ है आप? हाँ, बोलो।
Shivam Guruji, I don't think that there is a harm to believe in this methodology, because according to me, Ram kill Ravana, it may be true or false. I take it as a story, but I am going with the conclusion or the moral of the story. For me, Ram is the symbol of character, and Ravana is the symbol of unethical things, and we have to worship for the character. It's indicate Ravana have 10 faces. It means he have 10 bad things with him. It's like we have Lob, Moh, Krodh, Isha, each and everything. If we take the conclusion or moral of that story and implement in our life, there is no harm to of these methodology.
So how many people in this world are talking like you about the Ravana having the 10 bad things? कितने लोग, कितने percentage लोग यकीन करते हैं?
So I take these things in as a wisdom in my life, but 95 or 98% people take them as a story, and they enjoy them as a story only. They don't want to implement, or they don't want to learn anything from these stories.
So is it good or bad? Is there any harm in believing in these mythological stories? Or it's okay, or 95% is believing कि रावण था और राम था और रावण उड़ के आया और फिर हनुमान उड़ के संजीवनी बूटी का लिया, और वो रावण उड़ के आके ही सीता को, वो लक्ष्मण रेखा थी, और वो ऑल दीज थिंग्स
if you
बिलीविंग.
take if you are able to use your intellect and create wisdom from this story, it's good for you. Otherwise this is not beneficial for the normal person. These are like as a story only.
Okay, good. So Krishna is making a different analogy. He's saying if we can use the wisdom from mythological stories, it is okay. Otherwise, if you are using just blindly believing, he's not telling like रू माता जी के it's a big hindrance. रू माता जी तो बहुत मतलब आगे बढ़ गई. Let us see. Thank you, Bala Premchand ji. Aham sip.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam.
In mythological stories, we just have to take essence, Guruji.
कृष्ण जो कृष्ण बोले आप.
हाँ, बस एसेंस ही लेना है, उसमें से सीखना है, और अपने को व्हाट वी से, एंड देन वी हैव टू मूव अहेड. फॉर एग्जांपल अभी भगवान महावीर का देखेंगे तो पहले हम भगवान महावीर को वंदन नमन करते थे कि अरे भगवान महावीर है, भगवान महावीर इन्होंने इतना त्याग किया. पर अभी ऐसे लगता है मैं खुद ही महावीर हूँ, मेरे में भी ये क्वालिटीज आना चाहिए. इसके लिए वी आर मूविंग इन द पार्ट ऑफ रियलाइजेशन. जैसे उन्होंने
माइथोलॉजी का मतलब अलग है. माइथोलॉजी का मतलब वो यकीन करना, वो स्टोरीज 1000 साल पुराना ऐसा हुआ, 2000 साल, तो वो यकीन, वो स्टोरी में यकीन. वी शुड बिलीव इन दैट माइथोलॉजिकल स्टोरी और वी शुड नॉट बिलीव. इज इट हार्मफुल और नॉट हार्मफुल?
No, we should believe and we should take the essence and move ahead.
Good. Thank you. Bala says along with Krishan we should take the essence. Premchand ji, आपका क्या कहना है? Premchand ji, let us hear one more senior member क्या बोलते हैं.
That I don't know, Gurudev, but sure. I can say there is no harm in believing the mythological stories, because the end of all the stories teaches us to lead us, teaches us that we should lead towards divine, towards God.
What you are saying, there is no harm in learning from the moral of the mythological story.
Moral of the mythological story, there is no harm, and it always teaches us that we should live or increase, go ahead towards Mother divinity. So all the teachers.
Today I'm going to bring about a very important point. So at the end, I would like to share a very important point. So please wait and get to understand the point. Thank you. Aham sip. Aham sip, Komal.
I am sip. I am sip. I am sip. I am sip.
If you are sip, you are sip, you are sip.
That I am repeating at least 1,000 times per day.
Very good. Then
I am sip. I am sip. I am sip. At least 1,000 to minimum I say.
Then you have to ask the question, where is Ram and Ravana in the picture? If you are sip and everybody is sip, तो राम और रावण का स्टोरी कहाँ है?
You are accepting now you are India accepting that Ram was there, Ravana was there. So what goes if we accept it?
No, so we should no harm in accepting.
But the moral teaches us that be human, be pure, be religious. So moral of the story is always in us.
Kindly take the essence at the end of the call. Thank you, Premchand ji. Aham sip. Ashok Nichani will come in. Now aham sip. Not you are sip, aham sip. Aham sip, bataiye.
Shivam, Guruji, and everyone else on the call. Yeah. These might be real stories which might have happened. I mean, at least some of them. Over a period of time, these might have got distorted and turned into religions. But as you have been telling us over so many times, that we should take them as kindergarten, we should learn from these stories, and later on we should turn into spirituality. However, we should not believe in mythology, because believing in it, mythology is harmful. Mythology and religions never talk about realization and attaining the purpose of this human life, which we can gain only through spirituality. So we should learn to the stories, take good things from them, but not believe in that.
Very beautifully said. Thank you. I appreciate your answer. At least, as I said, very beautifully, clarity. देखते हैं हम end में क्या होता है. Thank you. Ashok Nichani, you are line number 2. Komal. Ashok, please wait. Komal, and then after Komal, Rajendra, Raji, Chotwani, and then Nichani.
Shivoham, namaste everybody. According to me, we should not believe in all that because they are taking us away from the actual realization of the truth, and transcending karma they are not teaching at all. They are just caught in good karma, bad person, good person. For one, Rama is good, and for Sri Lanka, Ravana is good. Even Lakshmana cut the nose, so he is okay. But if he is cutting the head, he is wrong. So everybody is manipulating in their own way. So these manipulations will not take us anywhere. Everybody is taking their own meaning out of it. So and there is no meaning to them as such. We should not believe.
ये तो एक कॉम्प्लिकेशन हो गया ना, कई लोग रावण को भगवान मानते हैं.
हाँ, मानते हैं ना, बिल्कुल. तो who is right, who is wrong, who will decide? So this is everybody's.
Ashok Nishani will decide. Ashok Nishani is the Supreme Court.
No use of believing in them at all.
Okay,
they are taking us away from the actual what we should.
Thank you, Komal. Thank you for your clarity. Rajendra, आपको क्या बोलना है? Kashmir Pandit.
Sir, namaste, sir. Sir, there's a difference between knowing and believing. There is no harm in knowing anything, any story, but we must only associate with these stories only to the extent of its moral philosophy. So then we should try to understand the hidden meaning from this philosophy and should try to imbibe. I think that will help us leading in a enlightened life also. Just if we imbibe the philosophy of Rama and all that, negativity छोड़ के रावण की negativity को भूल जाए, रामा की positivity को समझे, तो it will help us to lead the life of कि कोई रह चुका है हमारी तरह. So that will help us in enlightenment, sir.
Thank you, Rajendra. Good answer, clear point. आज ने आपने मतलब short form में सब कुछ बता दिया.
सर दिल्ली में आया हूँ, pollution ने मेरी जान खाई है, तो सो मैं बोलते.
Okay, Raji बोलो. Thank you, Rajendra. Raji.
Shivoham Guruji.
Sure, Raji. How are you feeling?
Okay, better Guruji. Actually, I have to go on 14th. Okay, answer is actually I had been believing only in mythology before coming to this call. And but for spirituality, mythology is not good. That I had now I clearly understood after coming to this call. So if you want to go spiritually ahead, mythology is just waste. But by being extremely in my mythology and following all those principles, that is a kindergarten. Like you should know how to be truthful, how to learn, how to control your anger. Like we hear the stories of many people and we know how to control the anger. Those things, it helped us. But for spirituality, I think sometimes I feel whether I have wasted my life, but I got a lot of bhakti in that way. So for spiritual purpose, mythology is not very good. But for starting, mythology is important because you should know what is correct and what is wrong. Directly coming to spirituality, nobody will know what is everything.
No, without mythology, you cannot start your journey to God. You need mythology. Nah?
Correct.
So without mythology, how would you
only
pray
sitting in mythology means I would have never got this realization and I would have never progressed in this spirituality. But now I feel that for spirituality, mythology is not important.
Thank you,
so
Raji.
You have to come out of
your eyes may not be okay, but your head is perfectly okay. Ashok Chotwani. Thank you, Ashok Chotwani. See, this call is very important. Huh? Hello, everybody. This call is very important. Not little important, very important. Ashok Chotwani.
Shivam, sir.
Sir.
We seeker of enlightenment should not believe in mythology. If we believe, it will confuse us and hinder us our progress on the path of spirituality. We should concentrate our path of enlightenment.
Ashok Chotwani, matlab thappa mar diya on top of this. See, many of you have got a lot of clarity. Some of you are what you call this balancing game. Balancing game. Thoda Ram, thoda sip. Thoda Ram, thoda sip. The problem is then you slip. So we have to be clear. Ashok Nichan. Ashok Nichan.
Shivam Saji, for example, that Gyan Vapi that abhi recently it chal raha hai abhi bhi that there's a shivling under the masjid. So many years back it had come. So there must be some power, some energy. For example, some temples, 2000 years old, where did they come from? In that time, there was no technology of full made of one stone.
तो मतलब अशोक, इतना सीखने के बाद कि हर कण में भगवान है, हर लिंग में भगवान है, हर क्रॉस में भगवान है, फिर भी आपको कंफ्यूजन है, मतलब कुछ मैंने आपको सिखाया नहीं कुछ भी.
नहीं सर जी, ये इसका मतलब we can believe.
But if you believe, na Ashok, see, many people have said something.
Yes, sir ji.
You cannot believe. Suppose I ask you, are you Ashok Nichani? Are you Ashok Nichani?
My name is Ashok Nichani.
Are you Ashok Nichani?
No, I am not Ashok Nichani.
So clearly you believe I am not Ashok Nichani. Tomorrow you cannot go and say I am Ashok Nichani. So you have to be clear. Am I Ashok Nichani or my name is Ashok Nichani?
My name is Ashok Nichani.
So you are so clear. The moment you start believing in any mythology, we are not talking about Ram, Ravan, Ganapati, Shiva, Devi, Lakshmi. We are not talking. Minute you start talking about सब देवों में विष्णु देव का देव सबसे है बड़ा है, you start believing like that, सत्य नारायण की पूजा से दूजा कोई नहीं पूजा. You heard? श्री सत्य नारायण की. You know that, सत्यनारायण की कथा.
Yes, sir ji.
अभी कौन सा कथा सही है, कौन सा भगवान सही है? The moment you start believing in mythology, it is good. But if you are in this call and you are trying to graduate in the University of Spirituality, do you have to continue believing in mythology?
It's a difficult question, sir.
If you continue believing in mythology, Ashok, that means you are not leaving the pole. That pole vault me, you are not leaving that, you're clinging to that pole. It is like Ramakrishna Paramahansa could not give up Kali. He was believing in Kali till Totapuri told him, take a sword and cut Kali. So it's not easy for me to believe Shiva is not Shiva. Is it easy?
No, sir. No, sir.
After I believed in Shiva for 40 years. Is it easy? I built the temple. Try to understand, if you all on this call, if you want enlightenment, let me tell you one thing. I just finished a 1.5 hour recording with Anupam Kher. And I did a recording with Karan Johar. And I did a recording with so many celebrities. In the material world, there is no clarity. But in this Zoom call, you must have clarity. I am not saying mythology is bad. Mythology is good. In kindergarten. ABC is good in kindergarten. If you are still Ashok Nichani, if you are still in kindergarten, then you must burn pataka. Patake, kya bolte? Patake. You must do patake. Because that patake, forget about the pollution that's caused in Delhi, which Rajendra is complaining about. The problem is that if we keep on, you see, there are, so many people in Jerusalem. Now, the fight is going on near Jerusalem. So many people walk in the street of Jerusalem carrying the cross. Kya hoga by carrying the cross and walking in Jerusalem? Ashok, kya hoga, Ashok? The point is there's too much mythology. And mythology is going to come as a hindrance. Mythology will come and create a bottleneck. It will block you. It will confuse you. It is no harm. I also believed in Ganapati and Shiva. I built a 32 feet statue of Ganapati. I have built a 65-foot statue of Lord Shiva. It is good. You need dharma. you need to do good karma. But if you want to attain moksha, just now somebody was telling me how Navaratri, 9 days, they were awake till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, wearing all fancy clothes and doing dance. Ding, ding, tak, tak, ding, ding, tak, tak, ding, ding, tak, tak, ding, tak. Devi dancing, 9 days, Navaratri. And what you have to bring one Devi to your house. 9 days, you must bring 9 Devis to your house. And the Devi ki puja you must do. Then what will happen to SIP? How will you attain SIP? How will you realize that you are SIP? How will you realize you are Rama? It is no harm in learning about Ram and Ravana on an ethical basis, on a moral basis, on a learning basis to evolve. But if you believe in mythology, then you're caught. You're caught. You're trapped. I am not stopping you. I am not saying don't believe, but go beyond it. If you, many people write starting from Ru Mataji, and then after Ru Mataji, I remember Ashok Chotwani, and then Komal, I remember Bliss right in the beginning. Bliss started, but Bliss speaks in French now, so a little difficult to understand. Bliss, no, you don't know that mythology is not good. Mythology is good, not good, because mythology going in the other direction. So Bliss, you can't understand what she's saying. But Bliss told in the beginning, this mythology, this going this direction, that direction, this direction, how going this direction, how going that direction. So I told, okay, I understood what Bliss is saying, but Bliss was very right in the beginning. You cannot go to the North Pole and the South Pole at the same time. If you are going north, forget south. If you're going south, forget north. If you're doing ta tai takatai tai 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 ta, then you will be doing dancing and you will die in this dance. Then you will come back by chance. And then Chakki piecing and piecing and piecing and piecing means you go on and on and on and on. So please challenge me and please tell me what have you understood and how many of you have changed your thought after talking, listening to me. How many of you are going to deal with mythology in what way? Tell me. I want to understand from you. How are you going to deal? Are you going to stop believing in God? Are you going to say Rama is not God? How are you going to deal? Because the whole country says Rama is God, the whole world says Rama is God. Yes, Rama is God, but I am also God. Huh? इंसान मैं नहीं सच में भगवान हूँ दिखता जो मैं वो नहीं आत्मा में हूँ. Huh? You have to be able to understand. अनुभूति हो गई, एहसास हो गया, नेति नेति तत्त्वमसि. My dear friends, what we learn in this call is liberating. People are suffering. So much suffering in this world, so much suffering, regret, shame, guilt, fear, worry, stress, anxiety, so much suffering. But those who are enlightened, there is no suffering. Those who are awakened, there is no suffering. So Lakshmi, Meenakshi Jain, I thought Krishan also put his hand. Lakshmi. Yes, Lakshmi.
I was about to say that only people who believe like mythology, they are in nursery, they are in kindergarten. Now we are spiritually, we are awakened. So we are in postgraduate where we should not believe. It's just a story.
So what you must do? You must not believe in Rama and Krishna and Shiva.
No, sir, we all are SIP. No, we all are SIP.
See, so this is the point. If Lakshmi is saying we are all SIP, then who's Rama? एक दिन हनुमान से पूछा श्री राम ने. हाँ, you know the story, Lakshmi? एक दिन हनुमान से पूछा श्री राम ने, तुम्हारा मुझसे क्या है नाता? हनुमान ने कहा, प्रभु दास हूँ आपका. हनुमान ने कहा, प्रभु दास हूँ आपका, पर जब ज्ञान हो गया मैं हूँ आत्मा. जब ज्ञान हो गया मैं हूँ आत्मा. मैं भी एक आत्मा, आप भी तो एक आत्मा है, फर्क नहीं है हमारा। राम फिर प्रसन्न हुए हनुमान के एहसास से, के सच में दोनों परमात्मा परमात्मा। Who has read this Ramcharitammanas? Or where is this? Igdan Hanuman? Is it in any scripture? Who knows? Atmatray or anybody who has known where this is? Where is this in the Rama, in the scripture? I don't. But this is a very beautiful thing. Very beautiful thing for us. Thank you, Meenakshi and Dr. Kashyap.
Thank you, sir. Shivam.
Meenakshi?
Hi, sir. Shivoham.
Shivoham. Bolo, Meenakshi.
Sir, I think believing in mythology is okay for starting, like for creating a devotion in ourselves. So that is okay for starting. But now, as we have understood everything, so I think now we don't need this because that creates confusion in world. It is creating confusion. Like my husband says, अपने भगवान अच्छे हैं, अपने महाराज जी अच्छे हैं एंड ऑल, एनी अदर पर्सन से, अब वो मानते हैं हमारे महाराज जी भगवान को है, बट दीपावली पे राम जी को भी पूजेंगे, तो व्हाट इज द सेंस कि तुम बोलते कुछ और सब भी तो एक है ना, मतलब मैं तो यही बोलती हूँ सभी एक है। वो एक दिन फोटो के सामने ऐसे, मैंने कहा इस फोटो में कुछ नहीं है रे फोटो में क्या तुम तो बोलता बाहर तो नहीं फेंक सकता ना फोटो को। मैं कहा नहीं नहीं, दैट्स ओके, बट ठीक है ना। सो आई थिंक फॉर स्टार्टिंग, फॉर आई वाज आल्सो रिलीजियस अर्लियर, सो आई यूज्ड टू डू भक्ति एंड ऑल, बट नाउ अगर मैं मंदिर में नहीं जाती हूँ तो आई एम नॉट बेचैन कि नहीं मेरे को मंदिर जाना है, मंदिर जाना है एंड ऑल। So I do my things, so I am okay. And after coming to spirituality path, I think my sufferings have been reduced. Earlier I was religious, but mind था तो सब कुछ था, अब mind को थोड़ा थोड़ा कम कर रहे, तो I think it is getting better and better day by day. So I think that spirituality, for spirituality we have to forget mythology.
Good. For spirituality, we must forget mythology.
Yeah.
And if you cling to mythology, then you will never grow in spirituality.
Yes. Yes.
If I used to forget to do Aarti one day in the Shiva temple, I used to think, बड़ा पाप हो गया मेरे से, बड़ा पाप हो गया. So it's not easy. I'm telling you, unless you are awakened, enlightened, and all of you who are a little bit awakened and enlightened, you are blessed to understand this. Everybody cannot. People will say you're nonsense, you're talking rubbish. You tell somebody the mythology we should not, is harmful to believe, they will say, but those who are on the path, like each of you who is advanced, you are very clear in your thought that mythology is pulling you back. Mythology means pulls you backwards. But spirituality is taking you forward. Spirituality is liberating. Mythology can become, in a way, spiritually toxic. But mythology is very good. Mythology is very good for the beginners. What you just said. In the beginning, we need mythology. It is a kindergarten. We need Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Ganapati. The more fancy the god, the more easy for children to remember. कौन सा है वो भगवान जिसके पास लंबा ट्रंक है? गणपति बापा. कौन सा है वो भगवान जिसकी जटा में चंद्रमा है? शिव भगवान. Very easy for children to remember.
In fact, the superstitions also coming from mythology.
Of course.
हाँ, भगवान के नाम से कुछ भी हो रहा है, कुछ भी. कोई कहता है ऐसे, कोई कहता है वैसे, कुछ भी.
नहीं. So as long as you are in the journey of bhakti, it's okay. So you decide. Mythology is so I'm concluding with a new quote for you all today. Mythology is good in the journey of bhakti. Mythology is a bottleneck in the journey of mukti. Mythology is good for bhakti, but not good for mukti. If you want mukti, mythology is not the way. So mythology is good to start. But you need mythology to start the journey to God. And you need to give up mythology to finish the journey to God. You need mythology to start the journey to God. And you need to give up mythology to finish the journey to God. So be clear about it. Absolutely clear. Dr. Krishan. And anybody else?
Thank
Last
you,
call
sir.
for questions. Thank you, Meenakshi. Anybody else today? Any other questions? Any other subject? You have last 2-3 minutes. Tomorrow's Friday, isn't it? Tomorrow we have 7:30. Dr. Krishan and Raji. Yes.
It means that the kindergarten stories are just to be teaches, and we have to take the moral of the story, implement in our life, and if we are upgraded in from the school to university, then we have to forget those stories and just taken the lesson from them and implement in our life and go forward. Because I can take the example, Muslim are celebrating Muharram and they harm themselves because they think that I'm the God and I can face anything. They harm their body and doing such dramas, all these things on the because they have still believe in that methodologies which harm them.
So I don't know about that particular thing, but what any religion has got mythological stories, and these mythological stories are taking us away from the truth. The truth is very simple. इंसान में ही भगवान है, भगवान नहीं आसमान में है, कण कण में प्रभु की शक्ति ही है, हर जीव में भगवान है. Let us realize the truth, and mythology becomes a bottleneck. Mythology is good for people who want bhakti, not mukti. Raji.
Yes, yes, Guruji. That only I wanted to share that I'm really very blessed and happy that I have left of mythology. I don't know, I was so in myth, but now I have realized that whatever for spirituality, mythology is not at all required. And I have completely advanced. I don't know, you won't believe, I was so much in myth, but how I came out of it, I myself don't know. Now I'm completely no body, no man, only spirituality, and I'm completely in that
So Raji,
in that process, in
Raji,
that path, in realizing path, not in understanding, but in the realizing path.
so if somebody is following mythology, you would criticize them?
No. Now I will tell, please leave it for spirituality. Just leave mythology. Just leave mythology. Come to spirituality.
But
That
if
is
they are
the
not,
best thing.
but if they don't understand spirituality,
we can just tell them if they are trying, it is their kismat. So I am worried only about my mukti and my enlightenment first. So dunya bhad mein jaye. So for my realization, this spirituality is very good, and I am on the path. That is what I wanted to just share.
It's very, very difficult to say bhad mein jaye. Very difficult. So if you can say bhad mein jao means you are detached. Bhad mein jao is not easy statement. Good, Raji. Good. We are not bothered about others. You are saying I am only bothered about my mukti and my journey. Well said. I appreciate Raji. We have last two questions. Administrator, two more questions and we are closing. Premchandji and Rajendra. Premchand and Rajendra.
Gurudev, we can take Mahabharata as a Puranic story, mythological story. Even then, in it last, there is a story related to Parikshit, Janmajay, and Matang Rishi. It teaches us that the revenge is not good at all for a good leading life. So the gist of the story we must take. Otherwise, you don't believe Puranic, and we should not believe. But many stories teaches us that the revenge in no way you cannot be enlightened unless you live revenge. Until and unless you know.
So what you say is correct. We must learn from the moral of the story, but we should not be lost in the mythology.
We should not be involved in it. We should only take the moral of the story.
Very good. Very good. And you must continue to say, I am sip, I am sip, I am sip.
I am sip, I am sip, I am sip.
And that lady, her name is Aham Sip. So that when you are saying that lady's name is Aham Sip. So don't get confused. Rajendra, thank you. Aham Sip. प्रेमचंद जी समझ रहे हैं आप आई एम सिप बोलते आई एम सिप वो कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं आई एम सिप ओके राजेंद्र
Sir, I have reached to a to an understanding that if at all these mythological characters lived on earth, if what at all they lived, it may be true or not true, but if they lived as an enlightened people, or a realized people, or self-realized or God-realized people, that is why we revere them and we keep in high esteem. That is simple.
But the point is, while that is okay, understand. Let me close. Thank you, Rajendra. Let me close with a clear subject to you. Myth. Myth is the enemy of the truth. When there is darkness, there can be no light. If there is light, there should be no darkness. Let there be no shadows. Mythology will create shadows. It will confuse you. The moment you start believing in all the stories of mythology, you will. Somebody used the word confusion. I don't know who told the word. Very beautifully said. I think Ahimsab said, we should not have any confusion. Jagat Mithya, Prabhu Satya. There is only one reality. And that reality is Prabhu, 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 Prabhu. The moment you start saying Rama and Krishna and Shiva and Ganapati, it's okay to learn. But if you want to move forward, you have to understand that all these gods and goddesses are inside you. The kingdom of God is within. God lives in the temple of your heart. Don't get confused. If you're confused, you will lose your journey of enlightenment. You will lose your journey of liberation. Therefore, my dear friends, I request all of you, please be focused on the spiritual truth of Tattvamasi neti neti tum ho wahi ये नहीं महावाक्य ये कहता है सही तुम एक आत्मा हो तन मन नहीं तत्वमसि नेति नेति. You are all advanced masters. I bow down to all of you because you are all so advanced in this journey. Don't slip. Catch hold of sip. Don't lose your grip. Don't go on another ship where there is mythology. And then if you go on that ship, you will be on that trip. You will forget sip and you will slip. Don't lose your grip. Keep sip on your lip. Sip, 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 sip. Tomorrow at 7:30, don't slip. I bow down to you.